actually I really missed making those cinematic cuts. That's why I just did a small exercise, just took the camera, went around my room. Also ignore the mess which is here because I'm currently doing some music collaboration projects, so that's why there are a lot of instruments out. Anyway, in this video we are talking about how our life is a big story. So today morning I woke up, it's a Sunday morning in Berlin. I went to a cafe nearby called Rostater. I just went there to get a coffee, a cappuccino, you remember cappuccino, and a croissant to eat with it. And I sat down, and the best part about going to cafes before 9 o'clock in Berlin is like usually on Saturday night people are partying and chilling, so they don't get up early. So usually cafes are very empty till 11 o'clock. So it's better to go early to just have peaceful coffee time, brainstorming or reading time in the cafe. This is like a quick tip. Anyway, so I was just sitting down there. Of course, my mind started wandering around because I was also reading some Medium articles. There were amazing thoughts which were coming to my head, and I started jotting them down in my pocket notebook. You remember pocket notebook? I talked about it in my last podcast, how I always write all my ideas in this one. This one actually new. And I wrote with my new Lamy pen, a fountain pen. Can you see? With a black nib. Actually, I'm using fountain pen after a long time. I just got it from Amazon. Anyway, the video is not about that. I'm just excited to use it. The topic or the point of making this video is, this was one of the ideas which came across my head. Our life is a big story. Our life is like amazingly huge big stories with so many dynamic things involved in the whole storyline or in the whole flow. And consider our days being little chapters of that big story or little stories which lead to a bigger story. So whenever we are having our day, we go through a lot of events, a lot of activities, and those activities and events trigger our emotions and feelings and how we feel about that particular thing. This converts into experiences. So experiences are basically whatever you got out of your daily activities or whatever you got out of that particular activity or event. And when it comes to telling a story of that particular day, you are going to tell your experience. So rich the experiences or more amazing the experiences, your story becomes amazing. When I say experience, it can be a good one or a bad one. It's all about the intensity of experience. So whenever you're telling a story, if you're not able to tell a story of your day in an awesome way, that means your experience in itself was not good. And if your experience was not good, your emotions or feelings which were triggered were not good, and your activities were kind of a reason for that whole thing. So whenever you're having your day, if you're not able to tell amazing story about that day, that means the day was not fun enough and you did not do anything which was amazing in itself or productive in itself or value adding in itself. So core of this conversation or core of this topic is like your everyday becomes a chapter. You should be able to tell stories about that day. Some days are good, some days are bad. That's okay. But if you're consistently not able to tell amazing stories about your day, that means there's something wrong and you're not having enough fun in your life. So the bottom line of this whole thing is we are here to tell stories, and the stories better be good. Don't forget to follow or subscribe The Fun Indian Guy. This channel is all about dynamic content. Sometimes there's catching up, there are podcasts, there's music, there's everything, because you shouldn't limit yourself. That's all. Ciao. Amazing.